welcome to a new video. Today I want to talk about something that came up in a conversation with a PhD student a few days ago. She said literally that her results make her cringe, and this is what's preventing her to start progressing and start writing her thesis, because she feels that there is nothing worthy in the work that she did. There is nothing that is, I quote, PhD worthy in the work that she did, and she sees no point in putting it together in a thesis because she feels that she cannot even defend it. It doesn't make sense. There are so many things that now she would have done differently than she did maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and so on. And I feel this such a powerful statement because she probably put the words on a feeling that anyone who has ever done a PhD probably felt, which is this feeling of inadequacy and kind of like feeling ashamed of the work that you previously did. And first of all, if you're feeling this, if you feel that your results make you cringe, if you feel that your results are not PhD worthy, I want to say congratulations to you, because this is exactly what progress looks like. The fact that you would do something differently than you did 6 months ago or 2 years ago only means that you are actually getting better at research. You are getting better at understanding your topic. You are improving your judgment as a scientist, as a researcher, and that's actually something that you should celebrate. So that's the first thing that I want to say. However, I know that those words are not really landing, because I know that you should, cognitively you probably know that you should be proud of yourself, but on the other hand, we are surrounded with this idea in academia that PhD and science has to be groundbreaking and amazing and published, super polished and published in top tier journals. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense and it's not worthy. However, I want to use this video to change a little bit the perspective of how you look at your research. First of all, I have to say that I'm in contact with many PhD students every week, and I can guarantee you that 99.9% of research isn't groundbreaking. And if you ask me, that's the entire point of research, right? Research is not supposed to be groundbreaking. Research is supposed to bring a little bit of a step forward in the universe of human knowledge. You are building something that is moving maybe the entire human knowledge just one step forward, so that the next person that comes after you can actually build on that. And I feel that saying this is something that's really important, because we are being brainwashed by academia, by even social media, because people post their success all the time. So it's very easy to feel inadequate, especially since that's something we do not talk about. We always talk about the success, but we never talk about the other part of it, the dirty, if you will, part of it. When your research isn't groundbreaking, when you thought you were going to find something and you found something else. Maybe you got a negative result. Maybe you got a result that it's not that conclusive or as conclusive as you want it to be. So I want to encourage you to, when you feel that cringy feeling and you feel that this is actually stopping you from writing your thesis, stopping you from doing research, preventing you from progressing in whatever sense that is within your PhD, whether that's writing your paper, your thesis, defending it, or presenting your work, I want you to pause and ask yourself and remind yourself, that's the word, remind yourself, that research, the point of research isn't for it to be groundbreaking and for it to be published in a top tier journal, which if that happens, great job, it's amazing. However, the point of research is pushing that boundary of knowledge. So when you change that perspective, it kind of lifts the weight of what is the point of your research. It lifts the weight of my research isn't good enough. Because good enough in comparison to what? To a Nature published research? Or how do we even, we need to compare it to something in order to claim that something isn't good enough. And we are more often than not judging and holding ourselves to that criteria of excellence, that of course is something that science should strive for, however, is not something that should define you, because excellence isn't just a paper that's published in Nature. Excellence is actually pushing the boundary of human knowledge one step at a time. So I hope that this video serves as an encouragement for you if you are now feeling stuck with this same thing, with this same question of whether your research is good enough, is it worthy, is it not, and so on, probably because you're getting that message from your environment, whether from your supervisor or from your peers, or you're comparing yourself to people who are much further away than you are in the research scale of things, and so on. So I want you to remind yourself whenever you're feeling this way that, first of all, 99% of researchers and PhD students feel that way, and second of all, and most importantly, that research isn't supposed to be groundbreaking. Having said that, if you feel that you need the support, this gentle push in the right direction because you're procrastinating, because you're feeling lost within your research, because you kind of just don't know how can you even connect the dots within this entire mess and chaos that you're facing, I want to invite you to join the PhD Reset program, in which we do exactly that. It's a group coaching program that's happening online, and once per week we have a group coaching call in which you can bring your specific situation and get coached on that. For example, some of the things that we are tackling are: how do I implement my supervisor's comment? How do I make sure my supervisor even gives me feedback? Because sometimes they are just not giving you feedback. They are saying vague things like, this needs to be better, or improve this, and so on. And you're like, okay, but what am I supposed to do it? What does it mean to improve something, and so on? If you're feeling that you need some push because you're procrastinating, because you're avoiding something, because you just feel lost within your research, that's your place to be. If you're interested in it, I'm going to leave down below a link in the description where you can schedule a completely free intro discovery call with me, in which you can talk about your specific challenges, your specific struggles, and decide whether the PhD Reset program is the right fit for you right now. So I hope that you found this video useful, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.